Good morning, everyone. Today we're talking about circadian rhythms as I'm in the sunlight right now. So the most important thing about the circadian rhythm is that it is exactly what it says it is. It's on a clock rhythm, a daily clock rhythm. No matter your race, age, or sex, everybody is tilted towards this rhythm. This is how biology works. It's how our hormones function. And so I keep tracing this. This is a cortisol spike in the morning, a healthy cortisol spike. A lot of people don't have this spike, so they're reaching for stimulants like Adderall, Vyvanse, or caffeine. And so how do we produce this spike endogenously? Well, you want to practice intentional stress of the body. So I do cold showers when I wake up in the morning before I do my coffee, which will also stimulate cortisol. I'll do a little bit of walking to help stimulate my leg muscles, my nervous system, the nerves going down into my legs, get those babies rolling. And also stimulating the leg muscles. If you have back problems, this is like number one key to eliminate back problems is to move your legs in the morning. Our legs also hold a lot of oxygen, and the function of muscles is to regulate oxygen in the body. One of the biggest markers of if someone's having a metabolic issue is going to be a lower oxygen saturation level. So this could be any chronic disease or things like aging. So aging is also a disease. So if we have that healthy cortisol spike in the morning, we'll naturally have lower levels in the afternoon, and we're going to have melatonin come in. I literally feel like a weather meteorologist right now, but melatonin is super important for recovery and immune function. Your ability to recover from exercise or from any sort of stress that you're enduring is the reliance on your immune system. So our immune system is not going to be participating if there's too much stress in the area. So I'm driving into a suburban community. I'm driving through this neighborhood. In the neighborhood, the street has cracks, it has potholes in it and everywhere. And I'm in charge of putting out the fires. So all of the houses in the neighborhood are on fire. I'm not going to worry about those potholes and those cracks because I got to get around to put out those fires. That's my priority. What are your priorities? So in order to prioritize your immune function, you have to prioritize intentional stress in the morning so that you can have this melatonin, these deep wave sleep states, this recovery time at night. This is super, super important. If you look at the aging disease, the disease of aging, we will have lower melatonin production, lower delta wave sleep states, lower heart rate variability. So heart rate variability is something I track on the Oura Ring. It is an indication of heart rhythm flexibility. So when we're younger, we have nice flexibility, and we always want flexibility. The more rigid we become, the less likely we are to move. If you think about rigidity within your muscle, you feel stiffness. You want to be flexible and able and fluid to move. And so I'm standing out in the sunlight right now, and I did my cold shower this morning, and I also did melatonin. I did a bit of walking. I'm creating melatonin in my body as I stand here right now through a window, inside and through a window. So if you have access to a window that has sunlight in the morning, you don't always have to go outside. I do prefer to go outside and put my feet on the actual ground, get grounded with the earth so that my cells can line up with the charge of the earth, which is related to decreasing inflammation. There's a great documentary on YouTube. I love YouTube. That is called The Earthing Movie. Please check it out. We are in line with the earth, and if you have a lot of inflammation, grounding is something that you want to be participating in. So I am grounding myself even just through the sunlight right now. I ground myself through exercise. I ground myself through meditation and through the cold shower. But I know I'm creating the most melatonin in the sunlight, and I'm also doing a lot of other things. And one of my favorite things to talk about that I can't leave out is the degradation of tryptophan. Tryptophan is a crucial amino acid. I was on an SSRI. If you are on an SSRI or any type of medication, you need to know that the body is a biochemistry magician. We can help degrade tryptophan into serotonin and then into melatonin. So it's this beautiful, beautiful process. And the more melatonin secretion we can have at night, again, it feeds into this cycle. I talked about abdominal fat in one of the videos I did recently. The more melatonin you have in your body, the more you can set yourself up for insulin sensitivity the next day. And again, it's all about the immune function. So you want to focus on immune function if you are trying to get in line with your hormones, your circadian rhythm, if you have issues with your mental health. Trust me, you want to get in line with this beautiful, beautiful process. And a lot of this is just yin and yang, on and off. So on, off. And these big metabolic pathways, these big genetic pathways that I'm not really going into detail of, but the key drivers of this is going to be understanding this cortisol melatonin relationship. It's also going to be understanding the cortisol testosterone relationship and how this relates to immune function. It's so beautiful, and it's so important to understand, and it's definitely so much easier to understand when you just simplify things. You can just simplify it, and it doesn't have to be as complicated as we've always believed it to be. So going back again to the tryptophan degradation, one of the most important things you could do in the morning when you break your fast, breakfast, breaking of the fast, is eat animal-based, full amino acid profile proteins. The word protein, in my mind, I convert it to nutrient-dense food. That's all that it means. We have a complete profile of the amino acids, which are known, we call them essential amino acids. They are crucial for you to get in the diet, because without it, the body does not function properly. So you need to be getting tryptophan in. You need to be getting those essential fats. If you're eating the animal protein, the essential fats are likely going to be in the protein itself. Like salmon is a great one. I'm more of a land animal galley, but salmon, if it's wild caught, not farm raised, then it will have a lot of those omega-3s. Again, you have to be careful about fish because our waters are very polluted, and there's a lot of studies on heavy metals and a lot of toxic chemicals, plastics being in these fish now. So that's why I choose more land animal. But it is so important if you're trying to be your own biochemist, which you already are inherently born to be. You want to understand the circadian rhythm. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, good luck.